And hello, this is Mr. Meyer coming from you live from the plush studios of WayHappy.com. And we are working on checkpoint quiz number 1 for tonight's homework. And so I thought I'd just go through number 4 real quick. And what I see here on number 4 is it asks you for the x and y intercept. So let's do that. To find the x-intercept, piece of cake, make y equal 0. So in order to do that, I'm going to plug y as 0 in that equation. I'm going to get negative 4x plus 0 equals 10, which means, hey, the 0, you can drop it right out of there and divide by negative 4, and lo and behold, you have x is negative 5 over 2. And it's the x-intercept, so make it a point. X is negative 5 over 2, and the y value is 0. Now, what about the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept, you can do the same thing. Set x equal to 0 this time. And if x is 0, you get y equals 10, and there's nothing there to do. So you got it. The y-intercept would be 0, 10. And for number 4, there's your y-intercept, and there's your x-intercept, and you're cruising through 1 to 4. How about 5 to 8? 5 to 8's a little trickier. They are asking you to rewrite in slope-intercept form. This number 8 here, they've given to me in standard form, and now I would like to rewrite that in slope-intercept form, which means make it say y equals. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is move this 4x to the other side. And when I do that, I have 6y equals negative 4x plus 12. And then last but not least, divide that 6 over. And once I divide everybody by 6, I get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. And there is my answer for number 8. Okay, now scrolling down to number 9. Now, number 9 was a word problem that said, hey, you got a bunch of friends wanting to go to the movies. Sounds like a good idea. They're going to a matinee, and each ticket only costs them $7. So one friend, if you go by yourself, that's going to be $7. If you got 2 friends, that's going to be $14. If you got 3 friends, it's going to be $21, and so on and so on. So again, you can treat this like a bunch of points if you'd like. And what you could do is then find the equation for those points. So finding their slope. The slope would be 14y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which would be 7. And then you could write the equation, which would be y equals 7x plus b. And if you want, plug that xy in there. You get 7 equals 7 times 1 plus b. B must be 0. Ooh, it's a direct variation. How exciting. So this is y equals 7x. That would be the equation that represents me and my friends going to the movies. Part B says graph it. So a quick graph. Start at 0. And then go up 7 and over 1. And there would be the graph of the movie tickets. Then it says, what would the intercepts be? And the intercepts would be exactly the same thing. They're at the origin. It means if we don't buy any tickets, we don't owe any money. And part C says, could your domain, now remember, your domain, this is your domain, right? All the x values. Could the x values include fractions? Well, remember what they represented. This was 1 friend. Then over here would be 2 friends. Over here would be 3 friends. And those points would correspond to dollar signs on the y-axis, $21. And this one would have been 14. So the domain, the x values, could you have any fractions? No. How am I going to bring half a friend or a third of a friend? I don't want to get into any gory stories, but no, you can't. And last but not least, let's look at number 10. Number 10 said, which line is perpendicular to 3x plus 2y equals 6? Well, the nice thing about perpendicular is that the slope has to be the opposite reciprocal. So what is this one's slope? That would be nice to know. So first thing I'll do is I'll make it say y equals. So I subtract 3x from both sides. And I get 2y equals negative 3x plus 6. And then I'm going to divide by 2. And I don't really care about the y-intercept, but I'll go ahead and grab it. And this is what I get. 3 halves x plus 3. Now there's the slope. So perpendicular would have to be 2/3. Now it's a multiple choice problem, and I'm looking for someone with a perpendicular slope, someone who has a slope of 2/3. Now B does not, C does not, because if you subtract the 2x and divide by 3, and D does not, it's showing you 3/2. It looks like our good friend A is going to be the answer. A was the answer, where it was 4x minus 6y equals 3. If you move the 4x to the other side, it's negative. If you divide by 6, you get 4/6, which reduces down to 2/3. And that's our winner. Have fun, everybody. Stay happy.